Alright, so I got the front plate of this done. I still saved my template, so I think I'm just gonna modify this because this is all gonna be the same to this side, and then I think I'm just gonna kind of do this, leave that a little open so that I can probably this section I will leave open so I can get my hand in here to put a tube on that for the breather tube. And then, yeah, I mean, all this is gonna be the same. I gotta come in and grind on this side too of the axle, but I'll do that later. And then I think I might put a gusset right here too, but I haven't decided yet. But I'm for sure gonna put one here and here. So I'm going to start mocking up this side and use the old cardboard aided design and start cutting the steel out. Alright, so I got this measured out. I accidentally measured this distance in the wrong spot, so on the axle it's a little shorter, but I know from this point it needs to be 22 inches and 5/8. That way, so when I'm measuring on the steel, I know. And then I'm going to wait and cut this out until for that axle tube until I get it cut out, and then I'll go back in and kind of grind out a section. I don't want to do it too much because I still want there to be strength there for the 3-link mount, but I still need to be able to reach my fingers in there to get the tube in there. So now I gotta pull the sheet back, and then I can start measuring on the sheet and cutting, and then hopefully I measured right or close enough that I can get this to work and it doesn't take me forever in a day. so I got this cut out. I mean, obviously I still gotta like cut this piece out, but there's my straight line at least. Oops. So I think I'm going to get that other piece and lay it on over this. And I should have done that before I cut it out, but live and you learn. And then I can draw I can like match the height and the, what you call it, and the angle piece, you know, whatever, go from whatever and get all that nice and symmetrical. So I'll get that laid on there and hopefully this is right. And then I can mark it up and cut this piece out and move on to the top piece. Okay, so I got this cut out. So I'm going to bring the other one over. Okay, so that's them on top of each other. I mean, it looks like pretty good for my normal work, I guess. Cuts are pretty straight. I mean, obviously the front and back are cut differently in this section because I don't have to go around the breather and I don't have to go over that like big thick hump part right here. So now I'm going to get the axle up on these track stands I got. And get it all nice and flat and level and everything. And then probably fire up the welder, tack them in, just so I know that the distance is the same, you know, going up on the top and whatever, so I can cut out the top. And I don't know, I should probably take this off, but I'm not going to reuse this piece, so I don't know, maybe I'll take it off and like just flip it so everything stays on there, because I want to put the nice clean new pieces on and be welding and cutting around it. So I'll see if I can like flip it, or maybe I can take it off and just tape the top of it so nothing gets in there, nothing's all nasty or anything like that. So I gotta find a spot that this will stay out of the way for a decent amount of time, since I'm taking it off with these rollers, putting on the jack stands. and then I can cut the top piece out and get everything tacked in. Hopefully all fits together and it looks good. Alright, so I got this leveled out. It looks a little, I don't know, the level says it's level, but it looks a little off to me, but I'll believe the level. I mean, I guess it doesn't need to be like perfect, you know, like within, you know, if it's like less than a degree or two, that's good enough for your boy. So I am gonna take that apart and see how hard it will be to just like tape over it. That way it's out of my way and I don't have to worry about it and nothing will get in there. Alright, so I got that off, taped up. I put that little like scrap piece of, I think it's drive shaft on the tape to kind of hold it down. So I'm going to grind the side, you know, get it all cleaned up and whatnot, and then I will fire up the old welder and tack this in a couple spots, make sure it's all square and, you know, level with each other and whatever, all that good stuff, and then I will tack it in, measure the top of it, make sure that it's, you know, the same width going all the way down, and then start cutting. Okay, so I got this tacked in a couple spots. It looks pretty good. This end right here is a little high, so I think I'm going to well, I'm gonna measure and cut out a piece. I think I'm gonna make it a little wider. Like that should be like 3 1/4 or 3 3/4 inches from, you know, outside to outside. So I don't know, that truss might be like a little narrow, but I mean, I think it'll work. It looks like it'll work. So yeah, I think I might play around with, like, you know, cut out like a 5-inch section of cardboard, like 5-inch wide, and see how odd that looks. Or maybe I'll go 4.5 and see, just so that there's like a little bit of overhang, so I can get a nice weld under here. And then go from there and see. Angles are always my downfall, so this might have to get some massaging to like meet those two angles. And same with, like, you know, that. This section, it looks like this is a smidge taller, so, but this side looks like it's identical, damn near perfect. I might even say. Well, I don't want to say that because I know it's not, but looks a little closer than the other side. But I do think a little overhang will be nice. out. It doesn't look too shabby. I mean, this is like, pretty flat. This end looks pretty flush, but this end, the back side is a little bit too high. From about like here down, I can see when I'm looking at it, and I noticed when I cut, my cut like kind of jagged off, and then it went straight. So I think that caused this to be off too. So I'm just gonna grind these down, make sure it's flush, and then re-tack that side, because I noticed that it wasn't like quite straight, so I broke the tack and pushed it out. But I gotta re-tack that side, and then so I got this cut out, grind it down, it's all nice and smooth. So now I just got to line it up and start welding. And I know the proper quote-unquote way to do this is to like completely disassemble the axle, preheat it till, I don't know, like 300-400 degrees. I mean, that depends, like, is a preference more or less, but you can, you're supposed to preheat it, but and then wrap it in like a blanket so that it like slowly cools off. But one, I don't have a torch. Two, like, I can't preheat it, or I don't have blankets or anything. And three, I also read online that some people just, like, even when they do the truss, they just leave the axle under like their vehicle and burn it in like that, so they don't even like disassemble nothing, they just grind it. So my welds are clean. I'll just like turn up the flow of the gas a little bit higher so that I know that there's like more than enough gas getting in there. And then I think I'm going to weld, get it all lined up, whatever, tack it again, like tack the bottom in a couple more spots so it doesn't flex. Tack the top, get the top lined up, evened out, whatever, tack it in. And then with my luck, if I like, get like a couple decent welds in on the top or whatever, and then cut the tacks off of the vertical pieces, and then flip it over so I can weld it all off of, like, weld the outside and inside of this piece, of the top piece. With my luck, it will not be straight anymore and won't go back on. So I think I'm just going to weld the just leave it how it is and like get a couple good tacks on underneath, and then try and turn the axle a little bit so I'm not like, well, overhead per se. I can get more of like, you know, just doing like a regular like joint on it. Here's what I got so far, and I got like up in there some spots on both sides. I'm going to weld right here and right here, and then let this sit for a little bit, kind of cool off, make sure nothing like warped or anything before I weld some more. I think I'm going to do another run right there. Probably, you know, right where those steps are. I don't know if I'll do anything like vertically, but definitely horizontally. And same thing on this side. I'll probably get a little closer to the corner. I think I'm good with these three right here. Might, definitely gonna weld right there. Right there. And same thing, do the steps. Might get a little closer on that side, in that corner. And then probably do like just a little bead right there. Give her some strength, do something right here. Fill it in a little bit. And then I think the truss will be done. Oh yeah, I'll go back under and like under here. That's kind of hard to see. I'll go under there, and then do some more like weld across there, and then I think I'll be done with the truss. And then I might do crossover. Started working on the crossover steering next. Get that in. Alright, got her all finished up. Doesn't look too shabby. Definitely should work. So I'm still waiting on jack stands for the front of this, so I can move those jack stands and actually weld in the mounts. But I have a feeling it's going to be a little hard, because it looks like they might hit my headers, which is going to be very unfortunate. But cross that bridge when we get there. So now I just need to... I'll probably let this cool overnight before I do anything else. And then somehow... when those jack stands come, get it from there under the Jimmy, and then get it centered, get it straight, and start. I gotta take the leaf springs out still, and then start making mounts, and pray I don't smack anything too much, or that nothing large is in the way and it's just easy fixes, but I doubt it's gonna be like that. So